And they didn't play that well, but they just got the job done. That's all you need at this stage of the season.
And there is confirmation of today's results. So Aston Villa beating Arsenal to go out of the relegation zone, and Watford losing out in our earlier game by 4-0 against the former champions. So let's take a look at how the table looks after both matches at the bottom. Aston Villa climb out of the bottom three for the first time since February at the expense of Watford. So what does this mean for the permutations for the last day of the season in regards to relegation? Well, firstly, West Ham aren't mathematically safe, but it would require an unlikely set of results for them to go down. So I hope you've all got your pen and paper ready. Right, you got it ready, Wrighty?
Yes, I'm ready.
Right, let's go.
Let's get West Ham safe, Zima. Let's tell everyone that.
OK, well, first of all, Aston Villa, they will stay up if they better Watford's result. If both Villa and Watford win, then provided there isn't a 2-goal swing in Watford's favour, Villa will stay up. Watford will stay up if they better Aston Villa's result. If both Watford and Villa win, then Watford must have a 2-goal swing in their favour to remain in the Premier League. And as for Bournemouth, well, they can only survive if they beat Everton, and both Aston Villa and Watford lose their respective matches if either claim a point or a win. The Cherries are down. Meanwhile, at the top of the Premier League table, City moved to 97 goals for the season, and Arsenal, well, they remain in 10th and can now only qualify for Europe if they win the FA Cup. On the fact that was mentioned there in that interview that Villa are out of the drop zone for the first time since February. So how much psychologically does that give them an edge over the other two?
It's good timing, by the way. Yeah, they would have wanted been out there earlier. Of course they would. But when it's in your own hands, Dean said it there, you know, you're in the driving seat. You're in charge of your own destiny now. You know, they go to West Ham, they just need a result, and they're safe in the Premier League. Do they deserve it? I don't know. I think over the period of the season, whoever stays in the league deserves it. Whoever goes down deserves to go down.
And they did well, I guess, to stay alive in those last 15, 20 minutes as well, because that's something they've suffered from in other parts of the season.
Yeah, but they are coming up against an Arsenal team that when you look at, like I say, you look at the midfielders, there's not a lot of goals in it, there's not a lot of assists in it. And I think that what they done, which I said at the start, was, you know, they were going to go at them, put Arsenal under pressure, but they stayed compact. They put Arsenal under pressure in respect to trying to get the ball forward into areas there, and then you see the bodies on them, closing them down, and then they're winning the ball off of them. Look at that. Look how many players around him. You know, can't get the ball out to the wing, and even if they got the ball out to the wings, what was happening was Tyrone Mings and Consul was saving stuff. This was them closing Arsenal down and then breaking on Arsenal. You know, the only problem that they've had for me is not being able to convert chances.
But when the teams sit back like that, you need guile. You need someone who's got imagination, vision. You need Mesut Ozil. Mesut Ozil is at football club. Where is he? That's the player they need.
I think that Mikel, he's gone.
Yeah, but that's what they need. I mean, but you need him right in.
Yeah, but it's all about attitude.
Almost cutting his nose off to spite his face.
Maybe Totim, but the thing is that when you look at Ceballos, probably he had a bit of an attitude problem. Mikel's turned him round. He's in the team. Yeah. Matthew Guendouzi, they're talking about him having a bit of a problem, not in the team. Mikel's given people the opportunity to get into the team if their attitude's right. And at the moment, people's attitudes are not right. Arsenal need him, of course, but I believe that he's somebody that is gone from Arsenal, whether he stays or Mikel gets rid of him. I don't think we're going to see too much of him.
He's seeing him every day in training, so he's obviously not producing. I don't think Mikel's that stupid to leave him out if he's showing the right attitude. He's obviously not. But let's face it, they are 10th. It's the lowest finish they're going to have. Unless they win and jump to 8th at the weekend, it's the lowest finish since 1995 when they finished 12th. And we're talking about, I don't hear much negative vibes around Arsenal when they say everything's going great in the FA Cup final. They're 10th in the Premier League. It's a disgrace.
We always knew, though, it was a rebuild. We always knew it was under Arteta.
So's everyone rebuilding. So's Tottenham, we're criticising them every week. So's Man United, and they're up there. Chelsea's rebuilding. Can't let them off the hook.
But the thing about it is
they've got to rebuild and win.
We've got a new manager, took over at one of the most crucial times in the season, in and around Christmas. I think that you've definitely seen improvement in attitude and willingness to work. I don't think at the moment he's got the exact players he wants to play with. Whether or not he gets the backing that he's going to need. He says he's in touch with the top boys, with the owners. I believe that he is. I think that he's somebody that, with time, will probably get Arsenal to where they are. He's a couple of players short of that. But, like, he's got the backing of everyone.
And he's shown what he is capable of bringing out of these players in recent results.
Well, yes, in recent results. But then again, it's, Arsenal's problem is creativity. When you're getting the teams like Liverpool and Manchester City who are going to come at you, and even when they play against Chelsea in the final, they're going to come at them. That suits Arsenal. I think they've only got 3 points away from home against teams in the bottom three for all season. It's not good enough for a team of Arsenal's capabilities, and that's because they're not creative enough to break down teams in that low block. So that's something that he's obviously knows he's got to change. You could see it with the substitutions. Brought on a low, Xhaka, who's a holding midfielder. He's brought on Tierney. He's brought on Joe Willock. He's brought on players that really didn't affect the game today as much as Tierney got down there. But that's just what he's dealing with at the moment. And I think that the fans will have patience with him because they know that he's on the right track.
Right, do you know what? We're going to try and hear, well, hopefully hear it from Arteta after the break. Well, he said he wasn't too sure. What do you think?
You know what? I think that's... To ask him a question like that at this stage, it's a bit harsh for me. You know what I mean? They're struggling to try and get out of a relegation battle. He's done everything he can. And, the reporter asks him a question like that. It's not the time for me.
Yeah, no, I think he did answer it very well, though, didn't he, Tim?
Yeah. He's took some unfair criticism in recent years. Anyone who tells me Jack Grealish is not a player, not a top-draw footballer, knows nothing about the game. I worked him every single day. I know what the guy possesses. I'll tell you a club, not too far away from them tonight, Arsenal, who could have done with a player like Jack Grealish. He's not boring. He drops his shoulder. He takes it to the opposition. He dribbles at the heart of the play. He sees the pass. He creates a melee. A lot of players come around him and he releases the ball. Didn't see Arsenal players do that. I saw him paying Nicola Pepe for £70 million. Nicola Pepe. If he's £70 million, Jack Grealish is £170 million. He makes things happen.
Anything to say about that?
Well,
Righty?
no, to be honest, at the end of the day, Arsenal, I can't sit here and defend an Arsenal performance when they haven't had a shot on goal. And like I say, we've got one of the top goal scorers in the league. No creativity from the midfield. It's not good to see, especially coming off of 2 good results. But, like I say, Arsenal's problem is that midfielder, like you mentioned, like a Jack Grealish, who gets the ball in the areas and passes the ball forward to forwards who can then make something happen. It's very easy for Villa, who've kept 6 clean sheets, 7 now, to not concede if there's no shots on goal. They didn't do enough to create shots on goal, and it was a shame to see today.
Yeah, especially after those performances, to beat the champions and the former champions in back-to-back games. I know you expected a lot more. We'll talk about Arsenal in just a bit, but let's just remind everybody of what this means for the bottom of the table. This is huge, and Tim, we talked about goal difference. It means everything at this stage.
It does. Obviously, the 3 points were huge there for Villa to jump out of it with 1 game to go. They're in the driving seat. It's in their hands, which is what you want at this stage. I mean, Bournemouth need all sort of permutations now, for them to get out of it. They need Villa, they need Watford to drop points. West Ham, let's get it straight, they are safe. It'd be a mathematical impossibility, in my opinion, for them to get relegated with the goals they've got. But Bournemouth, they need a Houdini act. For me, I think Watford will pick up points, especially if Arsenal turn up like they did today. And Aston Villa against West Ham, I think they'll play out a draw there. I think, not intentionally, obviously, but I think it'll be a well-fought game. And they're very evenly matched, them 2 sides. So for me, Bournemouth and Watford will get relegated. How
does it look to you, Wrighty?
Well, I think that West Ham and Villa will be an interesting game. I think this will turn out to be a very big game for Villa because West Ham have got a kind of a head of steam at the moment. Mikel Antonio's playing very well. They'll fancy that game. Villa, they know they've got to get something out of it, but we've seen Villa can make mistakes. Obviously, Arsenal didn't force them into one tonight, but I think West Ham are the kind of team probably will force them into a mistake because they've got forwards and players who will attack Villa better than Arsenal did today. So I think that's going to be quite an interesting game, that one.
Well, what a final day it will be, something to look forward to. Let's talk about the goal, Tim. 1-0, Trezeguet.
It was a good finish. I mean, first and foremost, let's enjoy the strike. Defending wasn't great, but what a finish. It comes at him quickly. He's got to time it. He's got to watch the ball right onto his foot and he smashes it into the back of the net. It was Ian Wright style.
I think that he's got far too much time there. I'm not happy with Cedric Suarez there. I think that once he gets past here, he's just got to be flying out there. You know, Martin Keown style, Tony Adams style. That's what you got to do. You know what? Even David Luiz. If David Luiz, he flies out. He gets out there quicker. He doesn't get out quick. You know, and it's the kind of strike that you just hit the target, and it's going to be very hard for the guy, Emi Martinez, to get anything on that. Who's been magnificent for us, to be honest.
But it's so important to win the first header on the corners, and it was Mings who got away from Aubameyang, and he almost fooled him into it. We see him here, like sucking him in. Like talking to him.
Can I have his shirt?
Trying to distract. Well, look at your shoes. Look at my shoes. Oh, I'm gone. Now I go. Now I'll get the march on him. Now I can get the first header. Then Trezeguet can slam it into the back of your net, and then you won't have a shot at goal in the whole of the game, and you'll lose the football match.
If you are Arteta, you're going to be furious at this, aren't you?
Well, we're Aubameyang. The problem I've got with that is that for the tallest player on the pitch, on their side, I should say, maybe not on the pitch, is being picked up by a forward. And I think that a forward can easily be tricked into, taking your mind off of what's going on. Because the thing is, Aubameyang's looking at him. He's not even looking when he's ready to take the corner, which a defender would be. He'd be side on. Aubameyang wasn't side on. He's talking to him. He's obviously said something, and that's, bam, he's gone. That's the kind of thing what happens. And that's the difference. The little touch on his head, Trezeguet finished it really well, and that's cost Arsenal tonight.
Well, let's find out.